Hey there, welcome to another Akashic Weekly Insights for September 14th through the 20th. I'm Jen Duchene, JenDuchene.com, and I'm using the Illuminating Journey cards that I created with the help of the Akashic Records. Let's see what the week has to say. I'm like, yeah, this is a pink card. The first card is the key. I know this came up last week. The key to knowledge, the key to wisdom, the key to shifting ourselves out of where we've been. The key to change is to know that when change comes, that we have an opportunity to change everything, change our perception, change the container that we're holding, that we believe is the one, that the ending will always be the same. I was just briefly reading an article by someone, I don't remember their name, but they were talking about this idea of ending racism and how the problem with this whole idea of ending racism is that most people come with this idea that it's not going to end, right? That it's a struggle, that there is no end, that it's going to continue and continue, instead of holding that concept that it will end, and it will end in our lifetimes and we'll have a different experience. And so this is kind of the key, isn't it? The key to our wisdom is knowing that even if we have preconceived notions, even if we have evidence proving that our preconceived notions are true, that it is not true, because it's preconceived, it's a construct, that we can break through the construct using the key, using our heart. And I love that the key has the pink background, the high heart energy, the thymus gland is the intelligence of the heart. It's the heart that's connected to the divinity of ourselves, to the earthly realms that are deeper than what we consider, our lives, like the patterns, programs, and all of those things that we create together or individually that keep us locked in rooms. And so the key is showing us there's another way, there's another ending, there's another potential, another possibility. What do you want to do? What do you need the key to? Many times we're not clear about what we're looking for, where we want to go. So to me, this key is saying, get very clear about what it is you're looking for, right? What is it that you want different? That you're willing to open the door to the unknown, to bring that into your life, that into the world. We're in this space where everything feels completely broken. We're having this experience where none of us know what's happening. Everything's falling apart. And even though it feels terrible, it's a good thing, because it reminds us that all constructs that we have created from the past and carried into the present no longer matter. And those are not our truths. But we have to work at changing the patterns. That's the work. We have to watch what we're saying. We have to watch what we're thinking. We have to watch for the things that we presume and hold to be true, even if they're not true, even if we don't want them to be true. So being very clear about what it is, simplifying, stepping back, having this observer role so you can truly step into taking the key and opening the door to something not only different, but something amazing, something that's waiting for you to kind of build out in a new way with the co-creation of the universe, of the earth. What else is possible besides this construct we've lived in? And we know there are many other possibilities. Would you like to take the key and step into that place? I know I want to. That's interesting. So the second card is also a tool. So this deck has tools, numbers, which are levels, and soul portals. And this is our second tool. And the magic bean, and I know this has showed up before, it's this energy of inviting us to imagine what we will do with this time we're in. And I love that we have not only the key, but then we're given the magic bean, the bean that some of us may think is useless. And some of us may think, oh, this is the answer to my dreams. Or some of us may take the middle path and the path of understanding, I don't know what this is, but it has the potential to lead me somewhere different, show me a different thing. When I open the key, if I'm expecting to have the same experience over again, I may be disappointed. But if I throw that magic bean into the yard and let it grow, not knowing what's going to happen, but being in wonder with what does happen, willingness, curiosity to take a path that may feel uncomfortable, difficult, unusual, unexpected, but do it with joy. This idea that because life is often difficult, painful, I mean, there's a lot of painful, horrible things that are happening to other humans, to the land. There's a lot to grieve about. There's a lot to be in anger about. And yet, joy allows us to travel this path with a sense of lightness, with knowing that even though hard things happen, that we can do hard things, that we can hold the world in compassion, we can be loving, we can express who we are. We're not limited by the experience we're having, even though it's a difficult, painful, horrible experience. We don't need to go more into the suffering, but we can allow ourselves to have the experience, have the emotion, feel the emotion, release it, and know that there's magic even in this moment. So we have the key, we have the magic. What's coming next? Aha! This card that I know showed up one of these past readings. But I think it's so interesting that this card, the 14, 1 and 4 is 5, and actually October is a 5-month, because we have, right now we're in a 9-month, October's a 10-month or 1, and when you add 1, 2, 4, it makes 5 from the year 2020, or from October, which will be, it'll be 5. If you add a 10 to 4, it'll be 14. So anyway, here we are in this space. And October always gives us a glimpse into the future, and we're stepping into the space right now. On the 17th, we have a new moon in Virgo. And it's a time to take stock and to take action, to really get our ducks in a row and begin to move forward, deliberately focused, paying attention to where we're going and what we're looking for. And it comes back to these two things. How will we use the magic we're being given? How will we use the keys we've been given? And when you look at this card, Soul Portal 14, there's a lot in here. And you can look at it as something scary or bleak, or you can look at it in terms of some potential. Like in the bleakness is the potential. In the nothingness, in whatever has died, there is growth. And so to me, that's what this card represents. It represents the very challenging time we're in now, spiritually coming to a new place, mentally, emotionally, physically, going like, this is the world we're in right now. We have this, it's the call, you know, the canary in the mine, it's the ring of the bell, it's the calling to our spiritual truth, to the arms of our spirituality, to the knowingness of the strength of who we are, not the things we have, not the things we've done, but who are we, what do we value, and what will we take forward. And it's this being, this priestess, us ourselves, being called to arms. And I don't mean going out to typical war, but being called to stand up for what we believe in, to walk towards what we believe in, to truly take the path that we're being called to do, to move forward, to accept this challenge, to accept this time, to accept the fact that we are here to change our experience. We are the ones we've been waiting for, and here's our call. We're being reminded of the earth, the world, the pulling together, the awareness and awakening, and opening up to this idea of being spiritual warriors, where we take the strength that's within us, the courage and the willingness to see the beauty in the barrenness of what we have around us, in the ugliness of what's been wrought, and see the beauty and pull back into our strength and feed off the energy, this passion that's starting to burn, our creative fire that's awakening within us. And we have the Ram, that whole Martian energy, with Mars being in retrograde. So now Jupiter's gone forward and everything's starting to move forward. And we're in these tough times where we must choose, and we're being given these keys, right? The key, this tool, the bean, the magic bean. How will we take that? We keep these in our pocket, and we have these tools we can use this week, and it's going to help us focus on where we're going, taking the path of riding on the high wire on a bicycle. No easy feat. There's an autumn energy here, that is energy of strength, and the thread of yellow, that is the hope, coming back to our sense of who we are. We are so much more than we have lived, and our creativity. We have the ability to be curious, to kind of open up ourselves to what matters, and gather together and truly find that union and communion with each other, with our spirit, with the earth, so we can join forces and call out. It's just, it feels like we're being called. You know, I look at this card, I just feel that energy of being called. The animals, the spirits, the land, the people, they're all calling us to rise, 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 and get really clear about who we are and the next step we must take. What is our focus? What is our dream? What is that place we're going to that we have not yet found? And what are the things we are looking for to connect to? So it feels like a really powerful week. I know this new moon coming up on the 17th, super powerful, expansive in the sense of taking responsibility for who we are and how we want to shape the world to come. Now it's time. Now it's time. And we rise up to meet what is coming. We go forward with it. We don't try to scurry backwards. We focus and go forward, knowing we have these tools in our back pocket or our front pocket or hanging around our neck. They are with us. The key and the magic bean. What will you do with that? That's the reading for this week. If you saw something I didn't talk about, I'd love to hear about it. What came up for you? Share with me in a comment. Like and subscribe if you want more of these videos. I'd also like to invite you to join me. I'm doing a free class on the 24th at 12 p.m. Pacific. So join me. I'm going to put a link below. It's in a Facebook group. You just sign up to join the Facebook group. And the class is the 3 things you need to know to live and experience a better and better life, or time in this life. Now, the 3 things you need to live a better and better time. So if you'll join me, I'll see you next week.